What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and today I want to talk about the future of Star Wars. Now, I've spent a lot of time recently talking about all the things going on right now with Disney Star Wars and with the Rise of Skywalker and all the drama that is going on with that right now, because it is interesting, it is very topical. But today I want to focus on the future of Star Wars, because now, after the end of the Skywalker saga and the visceral reaction that so many people are having to it, I would say it's a little early to say for sure, but initial feelings, it feels just as divisive as The Last Jedi, and maybe even more so. So to me, with no real plans, they don't have any real plans yet set in concrete for the future movies that they're supposed to be doing in 2022, 2024, 2026. I think the future of Star Wars lies in the past. Sure, we have things coming out on Mandalorian. We have finishing up Disney Plus, or we have Disney Plus with Obi-Wan. We have Disney Plus with the dude from freaking Rogue One, Cassian Andor. Okay, but I think that for so many Star Wars fans that are fed up with what they've seen from Disney with the sequel trilogy, that the future of Star Wars is in the past, and it's in the expanded universe. All these books behind me, you can't see because they're so stacked up. I got them 2 or 3 deep here in some places. All these books, all the comic books, and all the video games that were produced between 1977, when Star Wars was first released in theaters, all the way up to 2014, when Disney decided to discontinue the expanded universe. I've talked a lot about it on this channel, but I haven't talked about it in a while. My kind of journey to where I am right now in the fandom and making this YouTube channel. And in 2012, Disney bought Star Wars, and I was so excited because I had been reading these for so long. I had been so dedicated and spent so much time and money, and I was so invested in the characters from the Star Wars expanded universe and their stories, because it was truly Star Wars. It had the feel of Star Wars that George Lucas gave us. And it was a proper continuation of those characters, honoring their legacy and honoring George Lucas. And so I loved it. I was so heavily invested in it. 2012, Disney buys Star Wars. I think that, wow, look at this company, just put a bunch of money down. They're going to make Star Wars movies. I'm going to see Star Wars movies. I'm going to see these stories that had been told, that I'd been reading about. I'm finally going to see them on the big screen. I'm going to see continuations of these characters that I had grown up with. And in 2014, Disney says, no, we're moving away. All right, we're moving away from what is here, that it's too complicated. We want to have our own creative freedoms. And ironically, in 2012, Bob Iger was singing the praises of Star Wars and how expansive it was, how they have all these characters from the Star Wars expanded universe, and all this multitude of worlds that they could do, the endless possibilities. But I guess that wasn't enough creative freedom for when they asked J.J. Abrams and Bad Reboot to come in and make Episode 7. He wanted a clean slate, just like he did in Star Trek. And he got it. They gave it to him. They gave him what he wanted. And I was upset, just like so many other expanded universe fans. And we said, hey, can you, I know that you guys want to do this, want to focus on the Disney stuff, but can you just keep on giving us at least the books? I get it if you don't want to make movies. Just keep on continuing the Star Wars expanded universe. And they said no. And Twin Suns Foundation put up a billboard that basically asked. They raised money with fans asking for them to continue the Star Wars expanded universe. They said no. We're gonna wait till we're done with the sequel trilogy. And so many EU fans saw the sequel trilogy and just weren't interested. Now, some people are. Some people were definitely fans of both canon, and there's nothing wrong with that. But me, along with so many other people, were so turned off by The Force Awakens because we'd seen what a great universe had been captured in the EU. And for me, in 2015, after Force Awakens came out, I was absolutely done. Because I saw what it was. It wasn't my Star Wars. It wasn't the Star Wars that I used to. It wasn't the Star Wars that I wanted. So I was done. And that's why over the last several years, seeing The Last Jedi, seeing Solo, seeing The Rise of Skywalker, I'm in a different place than a lot of other people. A lot of other fans are feeling as crushed as we were back then. But for those people, if you want Star Wars, If you want the kind of Star Wars that makes you that makes you feel something again, other than anger and hate and depression. If you want to connect to these characters that you grew up with, you want to see the continuation of Han and Leia's story, if you want to see how Luke Skywalker rebuilds the Jedi Order, if you want to see him have a family, have descendants, and it's not all happy-go-lucky, for sure. You know, there's some dark parts of Star Wars, absolutely. And those are some of the greatest parts, because when you have those dark moments in Star Wars, it makes you realize and appreciate all the more when they're able to come through it, even if people are lost along the way, even if you lose a character that you got so devoted to, even if you shed tears over a character that you've just witnessed, you know, sacrifice themselves in a heroic way in the expanded universe. If you want that, I really think that the future of Star Wars for so many people is the expanded universe. So many people over the past couple weeks, months have been getting into it because more and more people are just saying, what I'm getting on screen just isn't for me. It doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. It doesn't feel like that feeling I had in the original trilogy and the prequels. And with this new movie that comes out, it basically just renders everything useless. All those characters you love that George Lucas created, it renders them useless. It makes their stories pointless. In Legends, the Star Wars expanded universe, that's not the case. Those characters are treated properly, with care and love and respect. So if you're one of those people that are looking to get into the expanded universe, this is the time. There is no better time. And we're going to be making a push to get more stories even. More stories in April. I know a lot of you followed along. And some of you donated to the project. Some of you shared the project, got the word out there, and that's absolutely fantastic. Twin Suns Foundation, the billboard, they're doing it again. They're going to put up 2 billboards this time now that the sequel trilogy is over. And that's what they said. Hey, we'll look at doing it. We're going to put 2 billboards right outside Lucasfilm, so they see it every day, knowing that 5 years later, 5 years after you decided to get rid of the expanded universe, we're all still here. Oh, wait, actually, that'll go up in 2020, so that's 6 years. We're all still here. We all still want the expanded universe because that's the way it makes people feel. It's not this hollow, empty shell of Star Wars like the sequel trilogy is, when in a couple years, I really don't think many people are going to care about it. But if you're interested in getting into it, you know, ask me. The comments are kind of jumbled sometimes, and a lot of them get held for review and stuff like that, so I can't always answer. But if you hit me up on Twitter, I will definitely answer your questions. You can watch a video. I linked it the other day, and a couple people watched it and said, "You did, thanks for the feedback," basically. I'll link a video right up here of one I did a long time ago, how to get into the expanded universe. Talk to other people too. You know, other people in, whether they're in the Fandom Menace or not. There's a bunch of great EU YouTubers out there. Some that I know and that I, you know, have personally talked to and had on this channel. People like Matt Wilkins. People like Callum Johns. Those guys aren't Fandom Menace. But if you want to talk to Fandom Menace people, you've got people like Lethal Lightning. You've got people like Lord Callus. You've got people like OG Star Wars. Those are just off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, but go watch their channel, see what they think, and you see what their recommendations are and what they love about the expanded universe if you're wondering about how to get into it. But yeah, that's it's really what I think. I think this is such a big opportunity for the expanded universe to show people, to get that craving that people have for real Star Wars again, and give it to them using these things that happened in the past because they're still relevant today. But let me know what you think. I know this is kind of rambling. I didn't really plan it. I just kind of sat down and recorded. But let me know your thoughts. Have you got into the EU because of this channel or others like it? Are you looking to get into it now? Do you want to? Are you craving real Star Wars? Are you done with what Disney has given us? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video out there. Make sure your notification bell is turned on, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.